Hello everyone, welcome to my talk. I am Sabirat Rubya and I will be presenting this work on behalf of myself and my co-authors Joseph and Lana. So little background. In crowdsourcing, if the workers are unpaid, their accuracy may be unpredictable due to the lack of financial incentive. On the other hand, if they're paid, then they can falsely report their skill or expertise to earn money. So there are usually performance trade-offs in terms of task completion time, cost, and accuracy. And in this work, we empirically compared these trade-offs for generic and community-based crowdsourcing. So we were developing a peer support meeting list for Alcoholics Anonymous or AA. So we developed an automated machine learning algorithm that could extract information from different websites. Then we used crowdsourcing to validate the extracted information from the algorithm. So each of our workers completed 3 different tasks. First, meeting page identification, where they see a couple of web pages, and for each web page they answer with a yes, a no, or a not sure about if that page contains a meeting list or not. Then meeting validation, where they see highlighted meeting and corresponding time and address, and if they see the time and address is not correct, then they could edit those information. And then meeting identification, where they see web pages with all the meetings highlighted that we could extract automatically, and if they see a meeting is not highlighted, they could draw a rectangle around that to highlight that. So we had 3 different types of crowd workers. So first, paid generic workers that we recruited from Amazon Mechanical Turk or MTurk. Then we hired paid community-situated crowd workers. That's also from MTurk, but here we used a screening survey to filter our community members to understand who qualifies. And then we recruited our unpaid community volunteers from In the Rooms, which is the largest online recovery community. And for this, we advertised the tasks for 2 months on their homepage and also on their weekly newsletter. So 3 different tasks, 3 different types of workers. And we compared their performances in terms of monetary cost, task completion accuracy, and task completion time. For time and accuracy, we statistically compared the performance for 3 different pairs in our population. So let's compare the worker cost first. Community-situated crowdsourcing from MTurk took a little more money than generic crowdsourcing from MTurk because the screening survey cost an additional 3 cents per worker. On the other hand, worker cost for In the Rooms members was practically 0. So basically, the least expensive option for us was community-situated crowdsourcing from In the Rooms. And in terms of time of recruitment, it took us the least time to recruit generic workers from MTurk, which is less than a week. And although the cost was 0, it actually took us the longest to get the desired number of participants from In the Rooms. So for accuracy, we found out that regardless of the task time, the community members from In the Rooms completed the tasks with highest accuracy. And for most of the tasks, we saw that the differences between generic and community crowd workers were statistically significant. And we also found a few factors that might have contributed to this better accuracy achieved by community members. So first, the task completion time. So generic MTurkers took the least time in completing most tasks. And our assumption here is that they were trying to maximize their earning in less time and so paid minimal attention. But on the other hand, In the Rooms members were motivated to be of service to their community. So they took more time and they paid more attention. And also members are more familiar with the program and the meeting website, so they perform better in validating meetings that looked confusing or not very obvious. And in addition, the not sure option was chosen more frequently by the community members. And this can be explained with Dunning-Kruger effect, which says experts tend to know what they do not know. And in this case, community members are the experts. So what are the implications? In many different crowdsourcing contexts, worker expertise can come from being a community member, or motivation can come from social reasons like to achieve recognition or to do service. So the effectiveness of community-based crowdsourcing can be investigated for those cases. So for example, let's say you need answers for a caregiving related question for cancer patients. So you can compare if members of a cancer caregiver community may provide better answers than non-caregivers. And we also provide implication to develop approaches for collaborative crowdsourcing. So different types of workers exhibit different potentials, and researchers can build on those findings to create coordination among workers where Community-situated crowd workers can help set direction and they can guide the non-expert generic crowd workers. And if you want to know more implications, you can read the paper. Thank you, and I would like to take questions.